Please don't skip the advertisement for me. Your full commotion watchings motivates me to continue this series. Thank you. Hello, it's me, Dexter. This unit 4 is 교통과 통신. 교통 is traffic, or in here, rather than traffic, it is more close to transportation, and 통신 is communication, so it's sort of like the internet or network, something like that. So at first, think about what is the transportation, what the test maker or what the Korean want to hear about Korean traffic, Korean transportation. Maybe the Koreans are proud of the fastest transportation with convenient and easy. And how about the communication? Usually the IT, the internet. At some point, I think Koreans are over proud of Korean internet technology. But at some point, yeah, it deserves it. But I just worry about the Koreans are over proud of the fastest internet. But anyway, in this test, you'd better say, oh, Korea's internet is so fast. Every day, Wi-Fi is possible, something like that. So let's start to learning together. This unit deal with 교통과 통신. So 교통 is literally means the traffic, but in here, 교통 is more close to transportation, and 통신 is communication. So if you are super busy, I want to handle with the key point first. So let's see together. 한국인들은 대중교통 수단으로서. If you don't know the vocabulary at this point, it is okay. We are going to handle it. But if you are familiar with this unit, like you already studied, and you want to check the key point or new textbook, just this part is enough. But if you don't know the every vocabulary and majority of this concept, you don't need to worry about it. We are going to handle this unit. But if you already studied, let's quickly summarize the unit. So, 한국인들은 대중교통 수단으로 as a public transportation, bus, subway, 택시를 이용하는데 이용요금, the fee, cash or traffic card로 지불, pay. We are paid by cash or traffic card, but the cash is possible in Seoul or Busan. I don't know, but I usually using the credit card. Second one, 대중교통 이용을 권장하기 위해 to encourage to use public transportation. So transfer discount and bus arrival information service and only bus lane. 과 같은 제도 policy to encourage to use the public transportation. There is a policies like a transfer discount, bus arrival information service, and bus only lane. So the bus only lane, only bus can go there. So without any traffic jam. If you take a bus, you don't need to worry about the traffic jam because there is only bus lane. Something like that. And the third one, 환승 할인 제도. So 환승 is a transfer, like if you take a subway line number 1, you could transfer to subway number 2 or subway line number 3, something like that. Or if you take a bus and then transfer to the subway, or if you take a subway, you can transfer to the bus, or I'm not sure about the Seoul, but in Busan, you can transfer to the subway to taxi, something like that. So 환승 할인 제도란 이동 중 while you're moving, 다른 교통수단, other transportation으로 if you transfer 전체 이용거리, total distance, 이용거리에 따라. So even if you change the vehicle, you change the transportation based on the total distance you move, the pay, you need to pay based on according to the total distance you move. 하여 교통비 부담을 써. 부담 is burden, 덜어주는, lessen. So lessen your burden of traffic fee, traffic money, transportation money, something like that. And the last one, 버스 전용 차로지. So 전용, 용 is 사용, is use. 전 is only. So bus only road. bus only lane은 도로의 차로 중 버스만 이용할 수 있는 only bus use 전용 차로를 정해. 버스가 원활히 so 버스가 원활히 without any traffic jam 통행할 수 있도록 go and come 하는 제도. So policy which only bus can go. And the telecommunication, the first thing is 우체국 is post office. So post office, by post office, letters, things, not only domestic but also overseas 보낼 수 있는데 우체국 외에도 not only 우체국 but also 택배 업체. So 택배 is important keyword on here. 택배 is like a boxes or puzzle. We say 소포, but 택배 is more frequently we use it. 택배. So if you are living in Korea, 택배 is you cannot live without 택배. Maybe it's super easy thing. So 택배 is you buy something in the box and the seller deliver to you. 택배. So 통해 택배 서비스를 이용할 수 있다. 스마트폰이 널리 보급, distribute, 보급되어 음성 통화, voice call, 영상 통화, video call, not only voice and video call, but also picture, video 등도 freely, 자유롭게 주고받고, give and receive, send and receive, 주고받을 수 있고 다양한 various 정보, various information을 신속하고 quickly, 편리하게, conveniently 검색할 수 있게 되었다. So 검색 is a search like a Google, or we Korean use the neighbor. So like an example is a KakaoTalk. So yeah, that is a symbolic communication method in South Korea. I'm not sure about the North Korea. 개인용 컴퓨터 외에도 개인용 컴퓨터, 개인 is a person, so 개인용 컴퓨터 is PC. 개인용 컴퓨터 외에도 not only personal computer, 스마트폰이나 태블릿 PC 등을 사용하는 사람들이 많아지면서 more and people not just using PC but also using more of smartphone or tablet. 언제 어디서나 when, wherever 편리하게 conveniently 연락을 주고받거나 연락 is contact, usually phone call or text message 연락을 주고받거나 필요한 정보 necessary information을 얻다 is acquire, get, easily get acquire the necessary information. That's all for this unit. So if you understand that unit and you need to hurry about your test, it's enough. Just reviewing those paragraphs is enough, but if you are first time, we need to handle sentence by sentence more deeply. So this unit, we are going to take two things. One for the transportation, two for the communication. So for the transportation, so we are going to learning about the types of transportation, and there is a policy to let people use the transportation. I mean the public transportation. So for example, when I stay in Seoul, when I need to go to Gangnam, I don't want to take my car to Gangnam. I know that there's so many traffic jams. So if I take my car, it takes more than 2 hours at some point. But if I take a public transportation like a subway or just bus, it takes less than an hour. So yeah. But in Busan, yeah, I have car, and if I use my car, it is more convenient and not that crowded as a Seoul. So yeah, but now Busan, I realized that rather than take my car, especially when I'm going to drinking alcohol, yeah, I use the public transportation, and Busan also use the 버스 전용 차로, only bus lane. So if I take a bus, I don't need to worry about the traffic jam. But if I take my vehicle, my car, I need to consider about the rush hour, something like that. So what policies would encourage the people to use the public transportation? That is to think to the transportation and communication. So let's deal with the types of communication and how we use it, and exchanging information via internet. So maybe Wi-Fi, something like that. So lesson object is students will be able to explain Korean's major transportation as usage and communication and its uses. So we already did it again, but think about it again without any single hint. Look at here, and I will give a 1 minute or just stop the video and think about what the answer would be. So if you memorize, it means you have prior knowledge about that, so you could easily handle it. But if you don't know what the answer would be, you don't have any background or a little background knowledge, so you'd better be familiar with the certain vocabulary. So do it. So before I recording this video, at some blank, even if I'm native Korean, but even if to me, I don't know, so you don't blame yourself if you don't know. It is okay. So let's going to learning together. So first one, 한국에서 많이 이용하는 교통수단. Maybe we say, for fun, we say BMW, bus, metro, and W is walk. But yeah, walk is not the public transportation. So maybe bus, subway, and taxi, and train. I think those 4 things are public transportation. 한국에는 다양한 대중교통 수단이 발달해 있다. In Korea, various transportation develop. We develop various transportation methods. Just transportation. 가까운 곳으로 이동할 때, when you move to close area, usually bus, subway, taxi 등을 이용하는데, 이용 요금, the fee, the money는 cash or traffic card or the credit card, 신용카드. Because not all credit card, but the majority. And when you are going to making the credit card, you can select it with traffic card function or without traffic card function, something like that. 로 지불한다. We pay by cash or traffic card. 일정한 금액을 amount of the money 교통카드의 충전 you charge 해서 사용하거나 charge and use here 신용카드 또는 휴대전화에 credit card or your cell phone 교통카드 기능 traffic card function을 포함해서 사용하면 요금을 할인받을 수 있다. You could get a discount. Wow. So like if you use a Samsung Pay, everything is possible by one single cell phone. 인터넷이나 휴대전화 앱으로 by app 실시간 교통정보. 실시간 is live or real time 교통정보. The traffic information like when the number 3 bus will come at this bus stop, something like that. 정보를 확인하여 목적지까지 to the destination 최단 시간, the shortest time, or 최소 환승, the minimal transfer로 갈 수 있는 다양한 방법, various ways, various method를 알 수 있다. So by using app, you can check the shortest way, the shortest time, how you get there, or the minimalist transfer by using the application. 먼 거리를 이동할 때. So far away, if you move far away, train, express bus, and 시외 bus is outside of city bus. 배 is ship, 비행기 is airplane. So here, 시외, 외 is like a 외국인, outside. 시 is 도시. So city outside bus. So 시내 버스 is inside, inner city bus. 시내 버스, 시외 버스, something like that. 기차는 train, 안전하고 safe and fastest 교통수단으로 고속철도, fastest trains like a KTX or SRT, and 새마을호, 무궁화호 등이 있다. So when I was kids, there was no KTX. So 무궁화호 is the oldest one. So I'm not sure still it exists or not. But next generation is 새마을호. It still exists, 새마을호. And then we use 고속철도. So those 3 steps. 특히 고속철도는 the fastest train, 빠른 속도로 전국, 전국, it means all areas in Korea Peninsula. It means South Korea Peninsula, not about the north. So all in South Korea area, province, 전국을 2시간대 생활권. So 2시간대 생활권. So 생활권. 권 is area and 생활 is living. So living area. But not only living, but also it includes the go to work. So you can work like a commute. 생활권. If we translate literally, it means a living area. But for more exact meaning, is like a commute area. Go to work and come to house, something like that. So 2시간대 생활권으로. It means work and life area within 2 hours. 로 연결시키는 교통수단이다. So yeah, from Busan to Seoul, it takes 2.5 hours. So it's 2시간대. So yeah, it works. 물론, of course, 대중교통수단 외에 not only public transportation, but also 자가용. It's your car. 자가용을 이용하는 사람들도 많지만 대중교통을 잘 활용하면 if you utilize well public transportation 적은 비용으로 편리하게 이동할 수 있다. You could move easily with low cost. Yeah, it works. Especially in Seoul. Yeah, there's no option. You should use the public transportation in the rush hour. So the answer of the key point is 현금 교통카드. Okay, so next up is policies which encourage to use of public transportation. 한국에서는 대중교통 이용을 권장. So here 장려 권장. So 권장 is recommend, 장려 is encourage. So yeah, it's not the same, but it's almost similar. Like recommend and encourage is a subtle difference, but at your test level, it's almost same. So 권장하다, 장려하다 is almost the same. So in Korea, to encourage people to use public transportation, 환승 할인 제도, transfer discount policy, and bus arrival information, and bus only lane과 같은 제도를 시행. We are operating, we are launching that policy. 환승 할인 제도란 다른 교통수단으로 갈아탈 때, 갈아타다. It means you change to other vehicles. But you can use the same vehicle like a subway, line number 1, line number 2. It is also 환승. So 다른 교통수단으로 갈아탈 때 when you move to other vehicles, 요금을 할인해주는 제도이다. Like if you take a subway, it's take a 1,001, and if you take a bus, it is also 1,001. So if you take a subway bus, a sum up at 2,001, but it discounted as a 1,501, something like that. 이동 중에, so while you are moving, if you change the method of transportation, like a bus to subway or subway to taxi를 변경하더라도 전체 이용거리, total using distance에 따라, based on the, not based on the how many vehicle you use, just calculating the total distance, and based on that total distance, you need to pay the fee 하여 대중교통을 이용하는 사람들의 교통비 부담을 덜어준다. Lessen the burden of the transportation fee. 버스 도착 안내 서비스는 버스 정류장의 전광판. So 버스 정류장 is a bus stop. 전광판 is electronic display board을 통해 버스 도착 시간과 혼잡 정도를 미리 알려주어서 버스를 보다 편리하게 이용할 수 있도록 한다. So on the display board, you can see the arrival time and how jam, how complex, how crowded the road. So not only just the display board, on your cell phone, like a neighbor 지도, you can check it. Like in the foreign country, we say they use the Google Map, but in Korea, I never use the Google Map in the South Korea. So we use this, when I take my vehicle, the car, I use the Kakao Navi. Or when I take transportation, I use 네이버 지도. So we can see there is a crowded traffic jam or it is not that crowded, something like that. So, but in this textbook, say on the electronic board on bus stop, you can see the arrival time of certain bus and how crowded on your way to destination을 in advance announced to you 알려주어. You can use it as conveniently use it. 버스 전용 차로죠. Bus only lane. 도로의 차로 중 on the road bus only 있는 차로를 정해 버스가 원하리. So well, just without any traffic jam, the bus can go commute. 할 수 있도록 하는 제도이다. 시내에서는 in a city, inner city, 도로의 중앙 부분, at the middle. So in the city, at the middle, usually, or at the outside would be the bus traffic lane. 고속도로 in the highway, usually first lane을 버스 전용 차로로 운영하고 있다. It depends on city, like Seoul and Busan is also different. And even if in the same Busan, some area, like for example, in the Seomyeon, the middle east is the bus lane, but at some part is the outer side is the bus only lane, something like that. But here, just you need to know about that. So for this key point, here is the blank and the answer I already underlined here. So look at here and check the answer again. And this one is like here. Bus only go there. So I know that if I take a car, I need to care about the traffic jam. But if I take a bus, I don't need to care about the traffic jam. And on your textbook, there is like a 누구나 언제나 이용할 수 있는 교통수단, 공공자전거. So 누구나, whoever, 언제나, whenever, usable 할 수 있는 transportation, that is the public bicycle. Yeah, you can use the public bicycle, or nowadays we use the kickboard. So public kickboard, like a Lime or, yeah, but also every city has different name, but the main point is kickboard. It is not that free, but yeah, you don't need to care about the traffic jam. But also this kickboard nowadays, we don't have any regulation about those kickboards, about the parking, something like that. It has a serious problem, but on your test, you don't need to worry about the kickboards, just 공공자전거. It's a public bicycle. So next up, we are going to handle the communication, the types and its usage. So what types of communication in Korea? So 한국에서는 usually, in Korea, usually we use the 우편. It is mail or post, telephone, internet 등을 통해 멀리, far away, distance, 멀리 떨어져 있는 사람과 information, 정보를 send and receive, give and take, 주고받는다. 우체국 post office를 통해 letters and things를 국내 in the domestic or 해외 overseas에 보낼 수 있고 우체국 외에도 not only post office but also 택배 업체 택배 is the most important keyword nowadays in here I think. 택배 업체나 편의점 convenience store를 통해 택배 서비스를 이용할 수 있다. So not only post office, but also if you go to convenience store or other the 택배 company, you can use it. 택배보다 가격은 비싸지만 more expensive than 택배, the parcel, 오토바이나 지하철을 이용하여 당일 배송 in a day. Usually less than 1 or 2 hours you can take it. It's a quick service. It's a quick service. It's English. Like if you take a quick service, it means that the driver usually the motorcycle and take it and to others. quick service도 발달하였다. But it is expensive. 멀리 떨어져 있는 지역에 빠르게 물건을 배송해야 할 경우에는 KTX 특송. So like in the city, like near the city from the Seoul to Gyeonggi or in the Busan or in the Seoul, if you are urgent, you can quickly need it, you can use the quick service. But from like a Busan to Seoul, you cannot take a quick service. It's far away, super expensive. But here is a KTX 특송. So like you are not going to take you are not going to buy the KTX ticket, but only your box. So the box on the KTX train and some others deliver. That is KTX 특송이나 고속버스 소화물 서비스. So your parcel, your box could be carried by KTX or express bus. When you send it, emergently when you send it far away from your city. 당일 배송. 당일 is today, in a day. So in a day delivery. 당일 배송. It is also important keyword. And 전화 is a telephone. So look at here. Telephone, it is a 유선 전화. It's a lined telephone. And 무선 전화, lineless telephone. Lineless telephone, it is like a cell phone, like a 휴대전화 or smartphone. So when you telephone, the first thing is 유선 전화, and usually nowadays we are dealing with 무선 전화. It means smartphone or 휴대폰, something like that. Or in the long time ago, we say 핸드폰, something like that. So phone, 집이나 사무실에 연결돼. But in the house, yeah, some houses still have the line telephone. So houses or the office has the line telephone. 무선전화와 사람들이 가지고 다니는 휴대전화. 휴대 is carry, so carried phone. It means cell phone. 있다. 한국에서는 대다수의 사람들이 휴대전화를 이용하고 있어. Almost all, the majority. I think all Korean, but here is the majority of Korean using the cell phone. So 빠르게 연락하는 것이 가능하다. You can contact the person quickly. It is possible because majority of Korean use the cell phone. They possess the cell phone. 요즘에는 nowadays smartphone. 그래서 스마트폰이 널리 보급되며 distribute well, distribute broadly 그래서 음성 통화나 영상 통화는 물론 not only voice call, video call, but also picture, video, etc. 등도 freely 주고받고 send and receive 있고 다양한 정보, various information을 신속하게, quickly 검색, search. You can search quickly of various information. Because many Korean, all Korean use the smartphone nowadays. So here is the vocabulary, and on your blank, what I want to use is just look at here without the answer. Just look at here, and if you can imagine, if you know the answer, it's okay. But if you don't know, think more about what the answer would be. So the answer I underlined by the green one. So next up is exchanging information via internet. So at some point, I think Koreans are over proud of our fastest internet, the 5G, or we are also thinking about next generation of 5G, something like that. Yeah. Even if I travel all over the country, the Korea internet is not that slow. But at some point, but yeah, for the test matter, or if you want to make the Korean happy, just fantastic Korea, the fastest internet, something like that. So 인터넷을 통한 정보 교환. 인터넷 is internet. 전 세계의 컴퓨터가 전 세계 all over the world의 컴퓨터가 서로 연결되어 each other connected. 연결되어 정보를 교환할 수 있는 exchange the information 있는 거대한 is massive 통신망 망 is net 통신망 is communication network으로 한국의 무선 인터넷. So 유선 internet is LAN. When you use the 유선 internet, you have the line. But 무선 internet, it is a wireless internet. For example, the 5G or LTE or Wi-Fi의 스피드는 세계 최고 수준이다. The world top level. I have no idea, but Korea is not that late, I think. But yeah, 세계 최고 수준. Yeah, so if I say like that, I just worry about am I showing off my nationality too much? But Yeah, here's a textbook and there would be Korea, right? So 세계 최고 수준이다. 공공기관, like a public organization, 개별 가정, several houses의 인터넷이 well distributed, 잘 보급되어 있는 편이며 well distributed, yeah. 편이며 버스나 지하철, bus and subway, 사람들이 많이 모이는 장소, the crowded place, 장소에서도 와이파이에 쉽게 easily access to use Wi-Fi. So easily you can use access to the public Wi-Fi. Yeah, it is true. Even if in the subway or bus or the crowded, the city, you can use the free public Wi-Fi. 개인용 컴퓨터 외에도 not only personal PC, there is a smartphone, tablet 등을 사용하는 using people이 increase more and more. Many people use the not only PC but also smartphone and tablet PC 언제 어디서나 whenever, wherever conveniently 연락을 contact을 주고받고 you can send a call, you can send a text message and get a call or get a text message 를 주고받거나 필요한 정보 necessary information을 얻기 쉬워졌다. It is more easy to get a necessary information. 한편 최근에는 nowadays 유튜브 등과 같은 like a YouTube online is online 동영상 video channel platform. Platform is a platform. It's English. It's like a YouTube, like an online video channel platform이 활성화, actively active. It means more and more people use it. 활성화되면서 방송을 통해 by the broadcasting 자아실현, is a self-realization 또 하고 상당한 수입, 상당한 is many, much, amount of 의 수입 is income. So 수입을 올리다. It means 돈을 벌다. earn the money. like a 수입, income, 수입을 올리다. It means income, get a money. 수입을 올리는 1인 방송 크리에이터. 1인, single person broadcasting creator. Like a YouTube or Twitch, something like that. 에 대한 관심이 높다. 관심 is interest. So there is high interest to the single person video creator who not only self-realization but also get the income. 1인 방송은 single person broadcasting mainly 현재 사회에 관심을 받고 있는 쟁점. Nowadays, now society getting interest 받고 있는 쟁점. It is like a hot topic. 을 해석하고 explain, describe about the hot topic and 정리, summarize, sum up 하거나 or 특정 분야, specific area, certain area 분야에 관한 재미있고 유용한 정보. So to the specific area, interesting and useful information을 inform, 알려주는 등 다양한 various 볼거리 to see. Things to see. So 볼거리 is things to see. 먹을거리 is 먹거리 or 먹을거리. We say things to eat. And 즐길거리, things to enjoy. And 일거리 is things to work. 볼거리를 제공하고 있다. Supporting. For example, just YouTube channel. There are so many YouTube channels, and yeah, like to me, it's like an indirect experience. Like I never went to the certain country, but in the YouTube there is a traveler who worked there, so I was usually watching there, and also other Korean teacher, how the Korean teachers teach Korean language, something like that. So here the blank is a 정보 is the answer. So as a last thing is like a cultural note. 지금은 now 1인 미디어 전성시대. So 전성시대 is a golden era, golden age. So 수많은 장르의 1인 방송 중. So there is a numerous genre of the single person broadcasting. So among the numerous genre of the single person broadcasting, which contents 어떤 컨텐츠가 which contents 시청자들의 클릭을 유도했을까? 유도하다. So judo itself, if you find the dictionary, judo is like a judo, Japanese sports, but judo hada is a cause or induce. So like which contents induce the people click that video. For example, in the YouTube, like so let's see it together. Which contents will be the most popular among the people? 동영상 플랫폼, 비디오 플랫폼 유튜브에서 가장 많이 조회된. So 조회 is inquiry. So 조회 수, it means the inquiry number. It means the click, how many views the people. So 조회된 방송 콘텐츠 유형은 this amount of number를 record 기록한 커버 영상이었다. 커버 영상. For me, it's like a cover is a J-Fla is the most famous. J-Fla is a Korean singer. Yeah, so 커버 영상이었다. 기준 based on 2018 May. 커버 영상이란 유명 가수 famous singer의 sing or dance를 모방하다 is imitate or just follow를 모방하거나 재해석, reinterpretation, re-explain 해석한 콘텐츠다. So first thing is a covered video, like a BTS. Some the BTS dance and someone cover the BTS dance. They follow, they imitate, they mimic the dance or the song. Like a J-Fla, yes, she does. She's on single singing, but usually she become the famous for the cover song, something like that. And the second one is 바람이 부는 소리, the wind sound. 연필로 글씨 쓰는 소리, the pencil, the white letter sound. 바스락 is a rustle. So I found the dictionary and they say rustle or crunch, but 바스락. So like when I step on the dried leaf, 바스락. It's ASMR, something like that. 바스락거리는 소리 등으로 뇌, your brain을 stimulate, 자극해, 심리적, mental, heart, 안정, stable을 유도, induce. So certain sound stimulate your brain and induce your heart stable을 유도하는 ASMR 영상이 기록했다. The third one is how to. So 대인관계 is like a interpersonal relationship, work, game, love affair, DIY 등 여러 분야와 so various field와 관련된 방법. 방법 is method, like how to do that. 방법을 announce, 알려준다. The fourth one is OTD. I don't know, OTD는 outfit of the day. Okay, so 오늘의 의상. 의상 is the clothes. So today's clothes, 준말 is the shortened language. 그날, day, 자신이, myself, oneself, the clothes, 패션을 소개하는 영상이다. So every day introduce one's clothes, one's outfit. 그 다음은 먹방, something eat. And beauty is beauty 영상 순으로 in order 인기를 끌었다. 인기를 끌다 is a drag. So 인기를 끌다 is a drag of popularity. Is maybe Konglish, so like just popular. 인기를 끌다 is popular. So 지금은 1인 미디어 전성시대. So well, in your test, at least this year, I'm not sure they change it or they handle this point or not in your test, but just 1인 media. It's 1인 media, single person media. It's like a YouTube creator. It's nowadays a golden area of the single person creator, like me. To me, why did I do YouTube? So here is key point. So that's all for this unit. So if you have a question or want to say something, feel free to leave the comment. So thank you for watching my video and see you next class. Bye bye.